Femme House fam, what's happening? It's her mix a lot. You are here back with me again for another episode of Femme House Radio, Pass the Mic edition. I've got Dame Luce with me, originally from the Boogie Down Bronx. Is that right?
Yes,
And where are you based
correct.
now?
I am based in Nashville, Tennessee.
What kind of culture shock is that coming from the Bronx? The Bronx is
Whew,
my favorite place in New York. It's because it's so alive, especially in the summertime. Um,
absolutely. Every culture is represented.
every culture's represented. Everybody's outside. Everybody's hanging out together, cooking pigs, just
Absolutely.
running through the hydrants. Like it's so alive. And I think of, I've I like Nashville sometimes, but it's like in comparison to me, like extremely sterile. What's a culture shock like for you?
It's definitely like lacking in culture, but there are pockets of culture. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here if it was like completely homogenous. Unfortunately, it's not so much represented in like the mainstream like perception of like what Nashville is and like in the music scene.
So tell me your superhero origin story. Like, how did you come into the world? How did you come here to be here sitting with me right now? How'd you get from the Bronx to Nashville? Like, tell me everything.
Okay, so I was born in the South Bronx in the 80s. Um, grew up in the 90s. Uh, I've been around, I've moved around. Like, I've lived in Portland, Oregon. I've lived in Oakland, California. I did a couple years, quite a few years in Philly prior to moving to Nashville. Been DJing for like a little over a decade. Um, this is probably like my third DJ alias. And yeah, here we
It's
are.
it sounds like you've been in a lot of different places. Like, what's your favorite part about being a DJ and sort of like moving around the United States and like seeing different pockets of culture, especially like dance music culture?
It just varies in like per location. Like in the South, like people are into a certain type of vibe that like particularly on the East Coast, like, you know, we have, like that we don't have, or like vice versa. Um yeah, a lot of it right now for me in Nashville particularly is kind of bringing that flavor of just like cultural diversity into the Nashville music scene, like representing people from across the globe and the diaspora. That's like my main goal right now as far as like what I do in Nashville.
What took you to Nashville? Why
My
why Nashville of all
my
places?
partner.
Okay. Okay. And how it sounds like you've moved around a lot and seen a lot of different pockets of culture throughout the United States. Like how important has building and finding and cultivating community been to like all these journeys through different spaces and like dance music communities and sort of like subcultures, I guess you could call them, in different markets. How's that been for you?
Oh my god, if it wasn't for dance music, like culture and like the communities around dance music and nightlife, like I wouldn't even be here today. I mean, and this is like throughout cities, just like people looking out for each other, helping each other, like, play in different cities and vice versa. It's just like when you get into it, it's very interconnected throughout cities.
Tell me about It's Giving Global, because I get the idea that all the community that you've witnessed throughout your career, throughout these different um, markets in the United States, like have informed this own thing that you've got that you've taken ownership of. Tell us about it. Like, tell us what it is, and tell me how it's working to sort of like continue in the tradition of creating and cultivating community that's gotten you here today.
Yeah, like I said, moving to Nashville, Tennessee, you wouldn't think that there are Dominicans here, there are Puerto Ricans, there are Caribbean folk, um, and just wanting to create a space that kind of mimics like what I'm used to, as far as like just everyone vibing in the same room. You hear some dance hall, you hear some merengue, and everyone's like, vibing. So kind of bringing that to Nashville and um, highlighting different POC BIPOC businesses, particularly giving them a platform, creating community around that. That's been like the main thing here.
What's been like the vibe check like from the culture? Like how are people feeling about what you've got going on? Like how are
Oh
people
man, I get
showing up
like
to participate?
so much positive feedback. People are like, "This is what we need." I'm loving what y'all are doing. I do this. I'm the co-producer of this event and like community alongside my DJ partner, Dumb Groove. Uh, People are just giving us like amazing feedback. They're just like, "This is what we need." Like next, I mean, later on, we're taking it down to ATL. I mean, ATL is a different story. Like it's already like its own thing and not much like Nashville, but just connecting with other cities and folks, and like even just like bringing other DJs to Nashville, where
Mm,
this isn't usually a stop
yeah.
for DJs. You know what I mean? They're like, Nashville, what's there? No, like my goal is to make it a destination and like creating the community around people wanting that.
Yeah, we just did an event in Nashville this past weekend, and there are definitely some cool things in the dance community sort of cooking, and it all feels very. I'm noticing this actually, like talking to artists around the United States, like it feels like a real return point to like the old school, like the like community bases, like everybody building the exact thing that they need at the exact like intersection of all their identities that feel unseen in the mainstream dance industry. So it's really
Hmm.
dope to have you doing that and contributing to that with It's Giving Global and like taking it to other markets and like bringing other DJs along into different spaces. I think that's real cool. Salute.
Thank you so much. I
Yeah.
wish I could have made it to that event this weekend, but I had a gig, alas.
That's the thing.
That's the thing.
Just, none of our DJ friends ever make it to our events unless they're playing them because everybody's gigging, everybody's working.
Yeah.
um, tell me what to expect and tell the listeners what to expect in this mix that you made for us.
All right. Well, it's giving global all day, every day. So it's gonna be heavy on different kinds of club music, anywhere from like house to juke to footwork to Jersey, Philly club, dembow. Always repping that. My family's from the Dominican Republic, so heavy on the Dominican vibes, and a little bit of everything.
And where can folks find you? Because I know everybody's going to be vibing with this mix. Where can they find you in person
Um,
so they can come fuck with you live?
yeah, I'm on Instagram at DJ Dameluz.
You got any gigs coming up?
I do. I got quite a few. I'm playing a festival here in Nashville. It's like a pretty big festival. Like it's pretty big headline hitters on the lineup. It's called Deep Tropics. I'm doing that August 17th. Super excited about that. It'll be my second festival I've ever played.
That's
Hopefully,
awesome.
not the last.
What's your favorite part about playing festivals? You've only played one, and you're about to go play this other one. But like so far, what's it feel like for you up on a festival stage versus, a sweaty, like beautiful little club?
I feel like the vibe is different and people are just so much more open. I don't know. It feels good.
Yeah, I think that festivals are really cool for DJs to play, especially sort of like developing DJs or like unheralded DJs, we'll say, because um, there's such a spirit of openness and spaciousness and discovery that someone goes into a festival with. And all my favorite like experiences of festivals has just been wandering around and hearing something in the distance, being like, "Yo, I gotta find that. I have to know everything about this." So I wish that for you, and judging by your musical output and the things you're doing for the community, I know you'll be drawing people in all over the field at Deep Tropics. So I'm excited.
Thank you so much.
Likewise, is there anything else that you would like to say to the people?
Just, it sounds cliche, but really just follow your dreams because it's a beautiful thing.
And if you were sitting down with little baby Dame Luce right now and you could tell them one thing, what would it be?
Hmm. You may want to leave the Bronx, but the Bronx will never leave your heart, girl.
You heard it. You could take the girl out the Bronx. You will never take the Bronx out the girl.
Never.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you for everything that you do for the community. Thank you for sharing your music and your art and your perspective with us. Thank you for everything that you're getting up to retake a little bit of dance music back for our people. One listener, one dance floor at a time. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
All right, take it easy. Femme House fan, this is Dame Luce. Run it up on our girl. Peace.
Peace.